If you want your business to get better, you must get better. And if you want to make more money, you must become more valuable to the marketplace or in the marketplace. Not in your own opinion, in actually results that other people will pay for. So here is the mistake that I see everywhere. Pretty much you could be making the same mistake. So people try to look impressive instead of becoming useful. Impressive is performance, okay? Useful is impact. And impact is actually what compounds over time. And impact is something that actually compounds, it grows, okay? If you focus on impact, you often become impressive as a side effect. If you focus on impressing people, you usually get neither. So this video is simple. Personal growth is not a self-help hobby. It is the engine of professional growth. And the first mental shift is this, very simple. There is no final destination. There is no point where you arrive and life says, you are done now. No, there is no point as such like that, okay? So the real advantage is becoming someone who improves as a default, not occasionally, okay? So you don't want to go the other way around. You should not focus on your self-improvement occasionally or when you feel like you're growing, when you feel like you're reading a book. No, it should be your by default mechanism or mental model that you have to grow continuously. Keep on doing something on every single day basis, not occasionally. Okay? You can't be doing this self-improvement when you feel inspired. So perpetual improvement is not a personality trait. It is a system. That's very simple. So the 6-step transformation framework that I'm going to describe in this video, I want you to please keep a note of that or take a note of that. If personal growth is the engine, then transformation is the process. Very simple. And the process is predictable. Step number 1, awareness. You become aware of a gap you did not see before. A skill that you lack, a habit that is costing you, a standard you have never met. This is something that you need to be aware of. And step number 2, intention. You decide that this new awareness will become your lived reality, not just information. So you have to be really, really intentional about your actions, where you're putting your efforts into. And step number 3, decision. A decision is not a preference. A decision is when you cut off alternatives. You could have thousands of opportunities, thousands of alternatives, but this is your decision that you're gonna pick the right one because you already are aware, you already have an intention where you wanna go. Most people make choices, very, very few people, they make decisions. Because choices are most often given to you. You have the choices, but then you make a decision to pick one of them. What is best for you? Step number 4, discipline. Discipline is what carries you when emotion disappears, and emotion will disappear. You know that, I know that. Discipline is the key to success. And if you feel there is any other way around, go test it out. And then you will go back to discipline again. So instead of you going into circles, why don't you pick a right starting point and take even small steps, but take with disciplines. No motivation, no inspiration, nothing at all. Discipline. That's what moves the needle. Step number 5, recognition. You track wins, even smaller ones, because what gets measured, it actually gets reinforced. So if you never acknowledge progress, you train your brain to ignore it. And now is the time you actually start acknowledging your wins. Do some journal, I don't know, do some self-reflection where you actually start tracking your wins, even small ones, because that actually counts. that compounds and give you confidence to actually move better. It gives you faith in yourself that you are going on the right path. Because when you want to improve something, it doesn't just improve one thing. For example, if you go to gym and you start lifting weight and your goal is to just reduce fat, it's not just the fat itself that is the benefit that you're gonna get. You're gonna have better strength, you're gonna have better energy. If you're married, you're gonna have better sexual life. You're gonna have a lot of other benefits of being fit or reducing fat. You're gonna have better mental clarity. So small wins, even though you don't feel like they are wins, still acknowledge them and double down onto them. Discipline will help you to do that. Step number 6, celebration. So I'm not talking about theta, I'm not talking about ego, okay? There's nothing about that. A deliberate reward that teaches your nervous system, this is worth doing again. And you gotta do it in your own way. I'm not saying like, you celebrate with a couple of friends, have a beer. No, not in that way. You celebrate in a way that makes you feel like you want to make more money. Yes, you want to go to gym over and over again. Yes, you want to have more energy. Celebrate in a way. For example, if your goal was like, okay, I want to get fit, I want to reduce some fat. Now, since you're tracking your progress, you've seen a couple of pounds you're already reducing, go for a hiking trip. Go along with your kids, play with them for like an hour. And once you will have energy, once you have already done that, you have celebrated in a way, then you acknowledge it. And then you'll be like, oh, it's worth being fit. Because now I actually take a hiking trip, or I can actually spend more time with my kids and I can be more present in my kids' life. Because this is actually transformation. And I'm not talking about like this is something that is mystical. It's actually repeatable. Like you can acknowledge these things, very simple, and you can repeat it over and over again and build that momentum. Okay, so these were my 6 steps that I believe that's the framework. Okay, let's move forward. Now, the practical question is what to grow? And that's the question that brings a bit of clarity, okay? And this is what we need to get. So there are 3 areas that pay dividends. Number 1, mindset. I'm not talking about motivation, not positive thinking. Mindset is what you believe is possible and what you believe you deserve to work for. A strong mindset has 3 traits, okay? Number 1, an expectation of progress. Number 2, a willingness to learn publicly without ego. Number 3, resilience that treats problem as training, not as proof you should stop. No, none of that stuff. Now let's go to our second step, which is skill set. This is where results become unavoidable. So if you're building a business, your first skills or skill set is sales. Sales is not manipulation. Okay, let's keep manipulation or sales like as 2 separate entities. Sales are completely different. Sales is the ability to uncover value so clearly that the right people are glad to exchange money for it. So how do you build sales skills? That's a good question. You study principles first. Yes, principles. But mostly you practice, so that you start living those principles. You make offers, you have conversations, you improve after real feedback. So I would say selling is actually learned in the field, not in theory. And if you acknowledge or do a bit of reflection on day-to-day basis, you are actually a salesperson. I'll give you a bit of story now. So I've been going to this gold gym Rockingham for quite a bit now, quite a while now, and I've always come across this brother, and we would just wave at each other and never really had this kind of interaction. So one day, just a couple of weeks ago, we had an interaction. We had a really good interaction. We had like a small conversation where I got to know what he is doing and what I'm doing and where we come from and all our different mindset shifts and this and that. And I kind of picked up how this individual thinks. And then turned out that he's actually building his personal brand. He's building his clothing brand. He want to do that, and he's very committed individual. He's got 2 kids, and then he's like, but I don't really know how to do this marketing thing, how to do this digital marketing thing. I'm like, okay, bro, I can do this, okay? And he's a very fit guy. 32 years, he's 32 and he's very fit guy. Like, you can actually see and tell that this guy is disciplined, been putting the effort for years. So we made this kind of fair deal. I'm like, bro, okay, I will help you to build your brand, but in exchange, don't pay me money. Even though this is something that I'm living on, what I want you to do, you train me, be my coach, train me, make me fit, bring me into the best shape of my life. And he agreed. We shook hands. Now, bang on. And that's what I'm talking about. Fair deal, similar principles that I want to help other individual, but in exchange of something worthy. Okay. So we didn't exchange money here, but we actually made our sale. Now he made a sale, I made a sale. So this is what I'm talking about. Now your second skill is marketing. Marketing is discovery. It is learning what people already want, what language they use, what problem they will pay to solve, and how to reach them efficiently. And your third skill is branding. Branding is the story people attach to your name. And the story becomes an asset when it is consistent. A strong personal brand can reduce friction in every sale you ever make. Now that's why it's worth having a personal brand. But before you actually go for that route of building a personal brand, you're gonna have a story. Why are you starting this? What is your motivation? Who you're trying to help? Who you're trying to get in touch with? Who are you talking to? So when you come up with your story, you come up with your morals, values, and then you start sharing some of the principles that you operate with, then you kind of like cut the noise. You will start finding your tribe. People will connect with you. And when you do that, it's easy to sell because those people, they already trust you. It's easy to sell your product afterwards. And that's how it all works. It's not like whooshy, you can come up with some algorithm tricks. No, it doesn't work that way. I am more than happy to have 100 people as my followers or subscribers, and I'm more than happy to consistently show up for them rather than having people, like thousands of them, connected with me and not being able to give them any value. They're not adding any value to my life either. So I would rather talk to somebody who understands me. We are on the same frequency. Now, number 3, Toolset. Tools multiply skill. Okay, in modern business, 3 tools matter more than most people admit. 1, a connected computer. You gotta have it. Okay, learn how to use computer properly also, and connect it to an internet connection. In this world, you gotta have it. Number 2, the internet, because distribution is now global and kind of instant. So you gotta make sure learn how to use computer. You have a very good internet connection. Number 3, AI, which you can use as a leverage. I'm talking about AI as a toolkit to get some work done. Okay, not to replace thinking. You still want to have that control by you, but you want someone to deliver it faster for you. So another thing that you want to do is to accelerate your research. okay, your drafting, your iteration and execution. So the risk is not that AI replaces you, the risk is that the same someone or individual who is using AI will definitely replaces you, who is saying that, okay, I am refusing to use it. So AI is kind of must thing. So here's the point, my friend, okay? Personal growth is not separate from professional growth. It is the cause. And businesses do not outgrow the capacity of the person running them. Money follows value and value follows development. So if you want more income, do not start with fantasies. Start with skills, start with systems, start with becoming harder to replace. And that is how personal growth becomes professional growth. So if you want, I will turn this into a repeatable series format. Okay, I usually drop 2 videos per week, and I kind of talk about these things, similar topics, and sometimes I feel like there are some social topics or social issues as well, so I make videos on that as well. For example, grooming was one of them. I made video a couple of weeks ago. You can go and watch. But if you really enjoyed what I'm talking about, if you have actually gained something out of this video, I would ask a small favor, which is subscribe to this channel, connect with me on YouTube, or if you want to connect with me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is actually mentioned below in the description. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.